What's cracking, cousin? It's your favorite cousin Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. This is the Divine Feminine headquarters, and yes, this is your favorite cousin Ken from the YouTube channel Can Be the Light. I know many of you are like, Ken, where you been? What's been going on? Well, I took 3 years off from work to work on myself. So no relationship, no job, no business, no nothing. Just strictly working on myself. And I have been guided to come back and help a powerful community of women that are deciding to do the same thing. No longer working hard, releasing all toxicity from your life, and connecting to your true divine feminine identity. I will be here every week, every Monday, with spiritual guidance for you ladies. I'm so excited to work with you, and congratulations to the new you. Hey cousin, it's your favorite cousin Ken here at the Lighthouse ATL. Okay, so today we are going to be talking to the angry inner child. Even though I said that, I'm talking to you, you my cousin, right? This is definitely a message for you, but I'm going to be talking to the child within you. So, just a little trigger warning, because whenever you start talking to your inner child, a lot of times they can be stubborn, okay? I know a lot of times people will talk about the inner child work, nurturing your inner child, and all this other type of stuff, but I'm here to let you know that there is a side to the inner child that is very stubborn, that is angry, and that will sabotage you. So we're going to be talking to that inner child today. And hey, baby cousin, look, I'm not coming in with no bad intentions or nothing like that. I come with peace, okay? I come in peace, all right? Don't beat me up and don't step on my big toe, all right? So anyway, let's get to it. So this message is for whoever is listening. Spirit has given me this message to deliver to you because you have an angry inner child. And I too had an angry inner child. I did for a long time. And I did not know that I had an angry inner child until I started doing inner child work. And I remember doing an inner child workshop. It probably was like in 2021 when I really started to get serious about my healing and my healing journey and things like that. And I went through an inner child healing class. And let me tell you, we were doing these different exercises, cousin. Baby, when she told us to start dancing with our inner child, why was my inner child the only one that did not want to dance? All right. It was like, dance for what? She was like, what? Like, seriously, I really felt like inside of me, I felt like I am not in the mood for this. It's like something in me just really started shifting, and I was like, ooh, like I can really feel this. Once I started to open up and allow my inner child to live, I started to feel how she felt, because remember, we are still that child. Even though you're grown, you're an adult, we've developed and all these other type of things, we are still that child. We just have grown up. But baby, once you go back as an adult, and you try to go back and get that inner child that you forgot about, yeah, they can be a little bit angry. They can be a little bit frustrated. I'm telling you the truth. And furthermore, they can sabotage your life, and you won't even know that that aspect of you is sabotaging you. So if you're listening to me, this is very important, because you can be trying to move on with your life. You can be trying to set routines, and you're trying to get things in place, and you're trying to do all these things in your life. But your inner child, she's not moving, or he's not moving. If you're a man out there listening, your inner child is like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. Because the inner child has been with you along this whole journey. So your whole entire life, while you feel like you by yourself, you're doing everything by yourself, no, you are still that child. And that child has had to go through everything that you, as an adult, have been through. Okay. So just think about yourself as a child going through all of these relationships, all these ups and downs, all the abuse, all the things that you allowed to have happen to this little child. I mean, you taking this little child through all kind of stuff, and then you try to say, okay, well, let's just forget about all that stuff that we went through and that I put you through. I'm back now. No, ma'am. No, sir. Mm-mm. No, God. Mm-mm. Nope, not happening. It ain't gonna happen. It's just like a parent, right? If a parent leaves a child and tries to come back into that child's life, that child is not always going to be so receptive and say, okay, yeah, I'm so happy to have my parent back. No. Sometimes the child will be like, I don't want to deal with you because of what you have put me through. I don't want to deal with you. And if you're listening to this, you have an inner child that's like, I don't want to deal with you. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with you, cousin. You know I love you, okay? And we got to get to the bottom of this. We got to do this work. And I want you to be successful, not just financially, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, holistically, okay? I want you to be successful. But when it comes to your inner child work, it's more than just nurturing your inner child. You have to spend time with this child. You're going to have to ease your way in to talk to this little child that's within you, because right now your inner child got their hands folded up and they like, I need some answers. What happened here? Why did I go through these things? What is going on? And as the parent, because we're reparenting ourselves, then we have to step in and say, okay, this is what happened. This is why you went through what you went through. We have to give that child some direct answers. And we do this most of the time, we do this through meditation. We do this through different stillness practices where you will allow yourself to revisit yourself as a child, but you're going to go back to visit yourself as a child. You're the adult going back to revisit yourself as a child, and you're going to communicate with your child. You can write a letter to your inner child. I would say, just think about yourself as the 8-year-old that you used to be, okay? Write a letter to that little girl or that little boy and explain to them what happened. And if you don't know as an adult why you went through the things that you went through in your life, if you don't have closure, if you don't have that connection to source to where now things are being clear and you have an understanding as to why you went through certain things in your life, then it's time for you to do some work. It's time, because you want to move on, right? You want to be successful in your life. You want to have a successful life. And in order for you to have a successful life, it's going to require some of your time. And I know you're busy. I know that you have a job. I know that you have a family. You have all these other things to do. But don't forget about your development. Remember, we are here as souls to evolve, to grow. And there are some things that you're going to have to go through in order for you to evolve and grow on a soul level. And it requires your time and your attention. And sometimes you may have to take some time away from people. This is the reason why Spirit is separating us from people in places and doing certain things and all that. We're being separated because it's time for us to really sit knee to knee with Spirit so that we can get some closure, so that we can work through these things. And I'm telling you, if you start feeling angry, just know that that's your baby, okay? That's your baby, all right? Be patient with your baby, just like you would be patient with any other child. Sometimes you have to treat yourself like a child, okay? So if you start getting angry or you start getting frustrated, you start getting emotional, just pay attention to how you feel. And that's where the nurturing comes in, when you nurture yourself. That's where the patience comes in. And you start to really observe yourself while you're doing this work. And trust me, because I'm here with you, okay? So if you have any questions, I am here with you. I have done the work. I am constantly doing this work. Me and my inner child, we just had a little time a couple weeks ago, all right? Homegirl was wilding, all right, acting a fool. Not really like, acting a fool like in my life, but I found myself feeling like I didn't want to do no work. Sidebar, you're my cousin, so I'm gonna put you in my business. So I didn't feel like doing the work. I just didn't. I felt like I don't feel like recording. I don't feel like doing anything. And cousin, I get like that sometimes. All right. So I'm sitting there sunbathing like I normally do in the morning. I'm just sitting in the sun and I'm thinking to myself about all the things that I want to do, I need to do, and all this type of stuff. You know how it is. And I just thought to myself, like, I don't want to do none of this stuff. I just don't want to do it. And I started to think about myself as a child. I used to do the same thing as a child. I used to go to school sometime in elementary school, and I would just not want to do my work. They would say, Candace, you need to do your work. You need to get out your pencil. You need to put your head up. And I have my head down on the desk. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I was one of them. I was. I was. I was the little girl, little dark skinned beauty sitting outside the classroom door. Supposed to be in the classroom with everybody else, but I don't want to. They said, go outside and take your desk outside the door. Okay, whatever. I sit outside the door because I don't want to do no work. I used to get like that, cousin. And of course, Spirit, I'm so thankful for Spirit, but Spirit took me back down memory lane, right? So I'm sitting there and then, I started going to meditation and just really, not really concentrating and trying to make things happen. But when Spirit does this work within you, you just allow it to happen. So I closed my eyes and I started to think about myself in elementary school. And I seen myself clear as day at the desk, everything. And I started to see like this temper tantrum that I was throwing. Not really like saying anything, but it was kind of like, I'm not doing nothing. Like, I don't care what you say. I'm not doing nothing. I had this attitude. And I was watching myself, of course, as an adult, but watching myself as a child. This was, through meditation. And so Spirit brought it to my attention that I used to do that because there was a lot of things that was going on in my life at the time when I was that young that I couldn't control. So I grew up in poverty like a lot of people did. And, there were times when we didn't have certain things. There was times when, there would be all kind of stuff going on in my household. And, I didn't like certain things that was happening, but as a child, you can't change it. So when there's things going crazy in your house, you can't really do nothing about it, so you just have to deal with it. But when I used to go to school, sometimes I just be like, I don't want to do nothing. I don't feel like doing no work, and I don't care about getting in trouble. So that's my thing. When I get like that now as an adult, I know that I need to check myself or just pay attention. Not really check myself, but I need to pay attention to why am I being like that. So at this particular time, a couple weeks ago, I was like that because there was something that I wanted and it didn't go as planned. Okay. So when things don't go as planned or, things come up, sometimes I feel like, well, you know what? I just don't feel like doing nothing. I throw these little pouty little fits and stuff like that. I do that sometimes, okay? I'm just a girl, okay? I'm entitled to throw a little temper tantrum. I'm not gonna cuss nobody out, bite nobody's nose off, but sometimes I just feel like that. Y'all know what I mean, okay? Y'all get like this too, But I'm just, dissecting where it's coming from. So now when I do that, I'm able to recognize, like, okay, if I don't feel like doing any work, I don't push myself, okay? I don't push myself because I know that that is an aspect of me that is, that's my inner child. And just like I would talk to a child, I talk to myself like that sometimes. So it's like, what do you need? That's when I step in and I just ask, what do you need? Because if I go back to my childhood and I think about, if I think about me sitting at that desk, right, sitting outside the classroom, what would I have needed at that time to help me to change my mindset about doing my work? If somebody would have came to me and said, you need to get this work done right now, you need to get up, you need to do da 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 da, then I would have been like, never. It ain't gonna never happen. And I think as adults, that's what we do to ourselves. We always are putting this pressure on ourselves about performing and getting up and doing this and doing that, but we're not thinking about that child that is within us that sometimes just needs to be nurtured. And if you are like me, then I didn't really have that. Like my mother did the best that she could to nurture and take care of me and stuff like that. And she was, listen, my mama was clutch, okay? For real. She was. But, my mom grew up a certain type of way too. So she only could do what she knew how to do. But anyway, I'm saying that to say this. When you need to be nurtured and you don't know what it feels like to be nurtured, then you can push yourself and feel like, you're doing the best thing for yourself because, you're getting results or you're doing this or you're doing that and you're making moves, but not nurturing yourself. So I'm learning as an adult right now, I'm learning how to nurture myself because I was never properly nurtured. I was taken care of, like most children are taken care of, but I don't know what it feels like to be nurtured. When you're being nurtured, that's just, you being supported. It's not you, you know, just getting what you need. You know, most of us as children, we just got what we need. Sometimes we didn't get that, okay? But when you nurture a child, then you're just there to support them. What do you need? How can I help you? So if I take myself back to that time, and I'm telling you how inner childhood works, okay? This is how you do it. You take yourself back to that time, or take yourself back to a time when you remember that you needed support. And it could be a very, very tough time, because I know a lot of us have been through some really tough things like in our childhood. So you take yourself as an adult back to that child, and you go back to that child and you just offer support to that child. Just offer support. Don't try to, uh, be all chummy and let's dance and let's party and all this type of stuff. No, because it ain't gonna work. Your inner child angry, remember? So you go back to your inner child, and you can add a scene in your movie, okay? Because remember, your life is your movie. So this is something that I just did, okay? I'm telling y'all all my stuff, okay? But you can add a scene in your movie, in your life. So if you think about a time like me, okay, I'll use myself again. When I was sitting at that desk and I needed somebody to be there for me, or I needed some support, I needed somebody to nurture me at that time. I did not need somebody to come and tell me what I need to do. I would have liked for someone to come and ask me, Candace, how can I help you? Are you okay? How do you feel? Then I would have opened up to that person. So what I did was I went back, grown, looking like I look today. And through meditation, I took myself back to that child and I offered her my support. I said, Candace, what do you need? How can I help you? And not only did I go back and talk to her, but I had a little McDonald's bag. Because I know when I was little, I used to like McDonald's. Say what you want, I don't care. I don't care. When I was little, I used to love McDonald's. Just a plain cheeseburger. I used to love it. Now, we couldn't eat it that often, but I used to love that. So what I did was I came back as an adult, had my little McDonald's bag, and I went to my little inner child and I gave her that bag of little McDonald's, and I let her know that I was there to talk to her and that I was there to support her. And she didn't really talk much, but she did take the McDonald's bag, and we sat there and we communicated together, and then she opened up to me just a little bit at a time. And by the time I finished meditating, I felt like we had a rapport. Like she felt good about going back in class and doing her work and things like that. And so I added that part of the movie. Okay, I added that part into my movie. And you can do the same thing. So this is your assignment. Spirit has given me this assignment. I hope this is coming out right, because listen, cousin, it's the end of the day. I have been working like crazy. Not really working on things, but cleaning the house and mopping the floors, and I've been doing all kind of stuff. But I said I got to get this out for my cousin, because I know Spirit gave me this to give to you. So this is what you're going to do. This is your assignment, okay, cousin? So Spirit told me to tell you to add a scene in your movie. So go back to your inner child, wherever you feel like you wish you had somebody to come in and help you or support you or give you something or be there for you. And you go back and do that for your inner child, okay? You can do this in a letter, like I said. You can do this through meditation, which I don't really like to use the word meditation because it seems like it's so much pressure. But really, it's just you just sitting there being quiet and allowing your thoughts to just be, okay? And you just, once you start meditating, you can actually, y'all know how it is, okay? Y'all meditate, but, you can make things happen. But add this part into your movie, because whatever happened in your childhood, whatever happened that was so hard for you, you can rewrite that movie. You can rewrite the script. It's your movie and you are in control. So you can change that and give yourself a different outcome. You can do that. And instead of you seeing your life the way that it has been, then you can change it. Nobody said you can't change it. You can change it. And in your mind, you could see it being that way. This is how people manifest, right? When people say you have to be delusional in order to manifest, well, you do the same thing when it comes to your healing, okay? Sometimes you have to be delusional when it comes to your healing. But it's not really being delusional. It's just you creating a brand new picture and a brand new movie, right? When you do your inner child work, a lot of times they'll have you go back and you will see yourself as the child that you were, and then you see yourself as a child you would like to be. Okay, so then you'll close your eyes. They'll have you go through this whole meditation where, you see yourself having the hair you want, or wearing the clothes that you want, or having the shiny bike. And, you see yourself having all of these things because it's your movie and you can reparent yourself, and you also can rewrite the script. So I want you to do this, cousin. I'm here for you. Okay, y'all let me know. Come back to this video. Y'all let me know after y'all do it. How everything worked out. How's your inner child feel? How do you feel after connecting with your inner child? I'm also here to get some pictures out. If you don't have any pictures of yourself as a child, maybe 8 years old or so, then get some pictures out and, put them up somewhere, maybe in your room or in your office, or keep it in your wallet or something like that. Keep a picture of yourself as a young person. Keep yourself present in your life, because you will start to notice that once you do this, then you won't always see yourself as an adult. You will also see yourself as that child that is living as an adult, and that's just a different view. Okay, so it's okay for you to, have that angry little child. We don't judge. We do not judge. We just observe. But I will let you know that if you want to move on and you want to be successful in your life, you're not going to be able to drill this little child or beat this little child into submission and getting in line and all these things. And you also cannot just nurture this inner child and give this child whatever they want. Because, sometimes we do that with our inner child. We're always encouraged to go back and eat foods that we used to eat when we were younger and all this other type of stuff. That's cool, but that's not going to get to the healing. That's not going to help with the healing, because if you have an angry little child, they don't care about those snacks, and they definitely are not dealing with you if you think you want to push yourself and drill yourself and work all the time. No, 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 no. You have to slowly go back and spend some time with this inner child. Watch some movies that you used to watch as a child and just give yourself a break. That's the main thing. Just give yourself a break. And don't allow people to put so much pressure on you. If people are putting a lot of pressure on you, they're not just doing it to you, they're doing it to your child too. So you are a parent to that child. You're reparenting yourself. So don't just think about the things that are happening to you as them just, happening to you. They're also happening to your inner child as well. And I will tell you this, if you allow your inner child to go through relationships and different situations, even staying on a job or doing certain things that they don't want to do, they will not trust you. Okay. And that will also build this, animosity within you. Okay. It will. So just think about that. All right. Think about that. Now, y'all already know I'm going to tell y'all, join us in spiritual alignment class, because I'm definitely here. I want to work with you. I want to help you through it. I can give you this information and tell you, okay, this is how you do it. But in spiritual alignment class, it's very different because we have an actual community. I am putting together a group of women that are really serious about our healing. We are very serious about it. And for those that hear this and it sounds like, what the heck is she talking about? This is not for you. This is for people who actually understand where I'm coming from, and people who are really serious about their healing every aspect of you, because you're not just a person that you see in the mirror. You have multi dimensions to who you are. There's multiple dimensions to who you are. And I am here to help you to do the same work that I have done and I'm doing on myself all the time, every day. Nothing is more important to me in my life than doing this work. And I'm so thankful and grateful to Spirit to be guided on this path. Even though it's not easy, it's not an easy path. And, for people like me, it's kind of like, we ain't got a choice, okay? We got to do what we got to do. But I'm thankful because If I was not on this path, I would still be lost. And once you start to connect to spirit, there's no way you can be lost. Okay, so I'm here to help you. Join us in spiritual alignment class, ladies. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, I hope your inner child hugs me and loves me too. Okay, I love y'all so much, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. Hey, cousin. If you're interested in joining our powerful community of women supporting each other through our healing and transformation journey, make sure that you look for the Lighthouse ATL on all social media platforms: YouTube, TikTok, not on Instagram, but Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere else. Look for the Lighthouse ATL, okay? You do not have to do it on your own. We are done with these solo dolo missions, okay? We're going to work together. We're going to heal together. We're going to cry together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to travel together. Listen, join our level up movement, and I will see you soon. Bye.